Whoa! I'm here from the forest today. I'm your forest hero. But before you take a photo, you have to promise me you're going to plant trees, Bob.
Happy Mardi Gras!
It's the 23rd Mardi Gras, where 2015 is right in the middle of the village of Nimbin. Yesterday morning you couldn't drive in from Lismore, the road was still flooded. A lot of people probably didn't come because of the rain, but our online ticket sales were right up there, and you just don't get as many people on the weather. And I think the drug busters, the saliva testing scares a lot of stoners away. You don't want to lose your licence. And if you're a real stoner and all your mates are stoners, you need a helicopter to get here. You've got to get over the moat.
Change the law! Free cannabis forever! I thought that to be strong you must be flame retardant. Now to trust the wounds causing to question how authentic they are. There is always someone criticizing me. It's just like playing hospitalized. I'm getting out of breath. Pressure's on. Remember what you said. There's no such thing as unsaid.
So we're wanting to legalise dope because it's a very, very healthy drug. It has so many benefits and it's 10 times better than alcohol or tobacco.
We made a bit of money last year, so there's a girl from Canada here who runs an online dispensary, a couple of boys from Colorado who run Rocky Mountain tours and grow pot, and a doctor from California, and 3 politicians. So putting them all together for the weekend's been good.
And I've been practicing cannabinoid medicine since 2001. I've seen somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 patients. Some of them have been consistently seeing me for 10 or more years.
My background is in communications consultancy, and I also worked in government evaluating drug and alcohol programs, and so I worked on the harm reduction and treatment side of the national drug strategy, and I guess saw the hypocrisy in that we spend all this money on the enforcement side of the budget. None of that ever gets evaluated. We've got no cost effectiveness study for that, and so frustration with that was a lot of what drove me personally.
Looking for Daddy?
Don't legalise drugs. It'll be the end of my sex life. I'll never get strip searched again.
Just set up the first Unharm at UNSW. That just was established this year, and it's been a really fantastic success in the launch, which is great. So we're working on making that sustainable and then spreading that model out to other universities around Australia.
So that's all that education sharing is what it's about, isn't it, really?
It's a slow thing, but it's kind of like a leak in the dam, and the leak is getting bigger and bigger, and pretty quick we're going to have a flood.
Go Nimbin!
Go Nimbin!
Decriminalise weed!
Nice row. Freedom is the call.
There's a full moon howling at the night, and its bark is much worse than its bite. So we must go out and dance around. Yes, we must go out to everybody. It's your turn, yeah!
People are looking to 2016 as being a big milestone that we're likely to pass. California will almost certainly have an initiative to legalize recreational marijuana. We comprise 10% of the population of the United States.
A few pharmaceuticals, because we care. Better bank account.
I think that at the state level that the United States is ahead of Australia, but I think at the federal level that you are closer to having federal reform than we are in the United States. And I am hopeful that Australia will set a federal example that the United States can follow.
If your dad doesn't have a beard, you got 2 mums. We had a painting. We had a live painting yesterday with Nitsura and Macca, and they do all sort of street art and whatnot. And then we're doing a silent auction today. With 50% of the proceedings will be going to the Oxfam Nepal Earthquake Foundation.
He beat his brother, that was a throw of
another 50% will be going to the medicinal cannabis users of Australia.
The other good thing about MardiGrass is I've met the new police inspector. It's a she, and she was terrific. I was very impressed. She did the tug of hemp rope with everyone in the street yesterday against Fiona Patton from the Sex Party, the two women locked off. And she was fantastic, and really open, friendly.
Look, in the New South Wales Police, we support the right for people to legally demonstrate and protest and to talk about the things that they want to put forward. And so that's the view that we have, that we're here to make sure that everybody has a safe Mardi Gras. Look, I think it's been a little bit, it's my first year, but I'm told that it's a little bit quieter than what it has been the other year. The biggest challenge was on our day one. Was in relation to the weather and the fast rising water and those type of things. So that is a challenge of making sure that everybody's safe and people coming from outside and making sure that they're aware that water can rise very quickly and it can also go very quickly as well. And look, aside from that, it's generally been everybody's been well behaved, but you do have some instances and that does happen when you have any large group of people, doesn't it?
1974, 73, and they had the Aquarius Festival here, and then all those hippies stayed and bought land, and it just kind of, I guess because it was affordable and it was an amazing part of the world.
And the good thing is they'll never get the marijuana out of Nimbin, ever.
No, they won't.
They won't. They can
try, but they won't. At the end of the day, it's what brings millions of tourists from all over the world, whether you like it or not.
I come from France, Paris.
I'm from Japan.
New Caledonia.
France. Italy.
I'm from Argentina.
Sunshine Coast. Sunshine Coast.
We're locals, born and bred.
We are from Brazil.
Because we love cannabis and we love cannabis.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
Central Queensland and USA, all the way.
Spelt with double D, inspired by Snoop Dogg, so I believe marijuana should be legalised across all states and for all people. It's no harm. People who, especially people in palliative care, need it, and opiates aren't quite as good as marijuana, and it's so cheap, fast growing, as you can see my sign says, so very cheap and very convenient.
In France it's very strict. But in France it's very strict. We don't speak about that, but everybody smokes.
Brazil, not legal.
Possible, but it's not legal. Yeah, but it's possible.
It's possible, but it's not legal.
But not legal.
Yeah, but we can't buy like from a normal place. We have to find a dealer.
Yeah.
It's a drug, but it's a. In French we say sweet drugs for the marijuana. So
I don't like to smoke marijuana.
Should it be illegal or not?
No, it shouldn't be illegal. I think it's good, like if you use it for medicine and if you have a purpose, then it's good. But just to smoke just because, no, I don't like that.
What about tobacco? Tobacco is a legal drug. It's causing cancer to millions of people, but it's still allowed. And this doesn't do any harm, and it's illegal. Does it make sense to you?
No, it doesn't. No, I think it should be the way around.
I don't think I've ever met anybody that's stoned that's really a troublesome person. I'm pretty sure that's all the people that are drinking, all the people that go out and smoke marijuana are the ones that you see like hugging each other and dancing together and stuff like.
Everyone very peaceful people. Yeah, peaceful.
Really? So good.
The easiest thing about a pot festival or protestival is, when you're stoned, nothing matters that much. You can have a good time no matter what's happening. the great old thing about Stone is so Mardi Gras, a lot about police, local police relations have been really good the last few years since they stopped bringing the riot squad. And we need the police to actually, on a compassionate, practical level, you know, start getting involved in helping some review of drug law reform, because it'll bring respect back to them. And I don't think they realise how much, you know, a few bad laws spoil respect for all the laws. So we want to get the police out of our health care. That was the message this year.
Keep your voice. I'll do it for you. We're just coming to Tony Mulloway. We've just got the joint hanging around us. They won't pass it to us. I know.